Hey guys, Greg here.
Hey guys, so I've been to the desert of the American Southwest before, but I have definitely never seen it snow here before. So this is pretty cool. I've never been down here in winter before. I didn't even know this happened. Snow in the desert to me is kind of baffling. But yeah, there's frost forming on all the trees and on the grass, and there's actually a little bit of snow falling from the sky. It's beautiful. I didn't know that it ever looked like this here, and it's pretty cool.
Yes, I realize I sound like an idiot there, but I've only ever been to the desert in the summer, so I always think of it as insanely hot, like one of the hottest places I've ever been. In fact, if we're purely talking heat, not humidity, it is the hottest place I have ever been. Now that I'm here in winter though, I have an entirely new perception of it. It's hot, it's cold, it's doing its own thing. Since leaving Austin, I've had winter jacket days and I've had t-shirt days. The only consistent thing down here weather-wise is that it gets a lot colder at night. Anyways, I left Austin at the start of this week, wearing a t-shirt. The first thing I noticed about the desert part of Texas is there's not a lot of free campsites, so for most of this week I was sleeping at rest stops. Also, lots of flooding in Texas. Signs all the time, road may flood, and lots of them do flood. But the American Southwest, in my opinion, just has this charm to it. You'd think that driving in the desert would get boring, seeing as it's all very similar, but it doesn't. I love it down here. Maybe it's just because we don't have anything like this in Canada. I also started seeing some wildlife again, rattlesnakes, coyotes, sheep. I also saw something brand new to me.
Hey guys, so right behind me there, that's the Mexican border. I made it all the way down here. So I'm in Texas right now, I'm in Del Rio. And I've never actually seen the Mexican border before, so this is kind of cool for me. I'm not gonna cross over because I had enough trouble at the Canadian border trying to get into the States. I can't imagine trying to come back from Mexico into the United States, especially with the things that Trump said just a couple days ago. Anyways, just thought I'd give you a little update. I'm down, all the way down here, and pretty close to Mexico.
So here's where things start to get kinda shitty. My whole week was planned around going to national parks, and now we're entering the third week of this US government shutdown, which means all of the parks are closed. Some of them are allowing visitors in, but there's no park rangers, all the visitor centers are closed, etc. And some aren't allowing people in at all. So for me, park number one was Big Bend in Southwest Texas. I got in, there was no access to the visitor center, so I couldn't get a map. The hike that I wanted to do was off of a closed road, so that was a no-go. However, there is something called the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive. That was pretty incredible. Mountains, canyons, desert. I did some small hikes along the way. And then I took this really cool road through Big Bend State Park, which basically follows the Rio Grande along the Mexican border. Another beautiful drive, followed by a beautiful sunset. So my day in Big Bend could have been better, but definitely could have been worse. National Park number two, the Guadalupe Mountains. The park was closed, but everyone just parked on the side of the road and walked in. Here I got to do the hike that I wanted to do. Guadalupe Peak, also known as the top of Texas. It's the highest point in Texas. It was a good hike. I've certainly climbed higher mountains before, or at least done harder mountain hikes before. But it also gave me a little taste of home because of the snow and ice near the top of the mountain. It actually felt like winter, kinda. Certainly was an incredible view though. What's strange though is there was lots of people coming down the mountain warning me that I'm not gonna make it to the top because it's too icy, too windy, too dangerous. It was icy, it was windy, but honestly at home, I've had worse days walking home from the bus. So a little overhyped, but it was a great hike. It was my first real day hike in the United States. National Park number three, the Carlsbad Caverns. No luck here. Closed, closed, closed. However, I am ahead of schedule and I found a great spot to camp right near Carlsbad. In fact, I'm overlooking the city. I've decided to try and wait out the government closure, at least for a few days to see what happens. I don't care too much about these Carlsbad Caverns, but after this, I was gonna go see White Sands, which is totally closed off. And that's something I really want to see. So I'm filming this about 15 minutes away from Carlsbad, hoping for the best. I do have reception, so I'm constantly checking for news about the closure. Hopefully by the time I post this video, it'll be over. Terrible, terrible timing. I don't even care about the outcome of the disagreement. I just want the Republicans and Democrats to get along so I can go hiking. So this week ends on some public lands near Carlsbad. So thanks again for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I will see you same time, different place next week.